Hey Joe, it's Folks here. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a huge print-on-demand apparel trend that you can take advantage of. This is something that is honestly perfect for print-on-demand stores and is something that I have made a decent amount of money from in years past. It is not something that I'm going to be trying this year because I have something else that's consuming my time. But if you are looking to start a print-on-demand store, or if you are looking to expand an existing store, this could be a perfect thing for you to try. Look at this Google trend for ugly Christmas sweaters. Right now, we are about to be here. Obviously, this is the graph for last year. As I am making this video, it is the end of August, which means we are about to have this same level of interest happen in the next couple of weeks. In the video today, I'm going to discuss and show you exactly how this ugly Christmas sweater concept could apply to print-on-demand stores. I will review some key dates with you if you wanted to try this. I also have 2 product samples to review for you. The samples are from 2 different suppliers, so you'll be able to see the quality differences, and I will show you how to actually go about making designs for something like this. If you are just getting started and you want to go through some step-by-step training from me, make sure to check out my course. There is a link down in the description. Inside, there's over 30 videos showing you how to build a Shopify print-on-demand store. The best part is it is completely free, and like I said, there is a link down in the description. Hopefully most of you know what an ugly Christmas sweater is. The question is, how does this actually apply to print on demand? The key here is making sure that you blend your existing niche with Christmas and making something in a ugly Christmas sweater style. What I mean is something like this here. What you're looking at is a whole bunch of beer themed ugly Christmas sweaters, where beer would be the underlying niche and then a sweater would be made to represent that. Obviously, though, you do not want to use actual logos from beer companies like this, or like this here, or even like this. The key is to make an ugly Christmas sweater with that typical, traditional ugly Christmas sweater look. However, you're blending your niche with it. Something like this here has always really been possible with print on demand, but the key is choosing a much better product to do the ugly Christmas design on, and that's what I'm going to show you in a few moments. Here's an example of an ugly Christmas sweater in the hunting niche. This store here is creating ugly Christmas sweaters for people that are nurses. Something like this here would be for police officers. You could even make ugly Christmas sweaters for various sports like baseball. You could probably do football as well. Just make sure that you don't use trademark material like this Cowboys and Grinch matchup that I have on the screen. You could even do something like this here, where you allow someone to put their dog's face on the Christmas sweater. Whatever you do, the key though, like I said, is to not just make this a Merry Christmas or, just something that doesn't really relate to a specific niche. The key is actually making a niche specific ugly Christmas sweater. If you do that, not only are you giving someone a reason to buy it because of the niche, but also with the time of year, they're going to be way more likely to be interested in buying something like this. And again, if we go back and look at the Google trend here, we can see that interest typically peaks, at the end of October, starting to go through November and then into December. And as I'm making this video, it is the end of August, which means right now you have enough time. You have several weeks to get an idea together for something like this. So that way, the day after Halloween on November 1st, you can hit the ground running and begin selling this item. And like I said, I do have 2 samples for us to review in this video today. This one here is from one supplier, and this one here is from another supplier. Both of them are print on demand, all over printed sweatshirts, and again, with your design, you are making it look like an ugly Christmas sweater. Both of the suppliers that offer this product offer them at a great price, which means we can definitely be super profitable with this item. Like I said, in years past, I have sold this item quite well. Like I said, in years past, I have created print-on-demand stores offering products like these, and I think this year, this could be a great thing to try if you are looking for a cool idea for a print-on-demand store. So I have 2 product samples for this item, but there's actually 3 different suppliers that you could use to sell it. The first is going to be Subliminator. They call this the athletic sweatshirt. This is an AOP item, which does stand for all over print, and that basically just means that your design is printed all over the entire thing. That's what I was talking about before when I was saying to avoid something where the ugly Christmas aspect of it is only printed on the front. Something like this here is what I mean. When you choose an all over printed product like this, you can make a real ugly Christmas sweater. And when I say real, I just mean in the sense that the design is printed all over it. It is not actually knitted. Something like this here is actually just created to look like it is knitted. The design is actually what they are using to make the knit effect. They're basically just using graphics that look knitted. And because they're choosing an all over printed version of it, they're able to do it on the entire product. Another supplier of this product would be inside of Printify with MWW On Demand. They are offering this unisex AOP sweatshirt. It is a polyester cotton blend, and again, it's going to allow you to put your design all over the entire product. Inside of Printify as well, they also offer another one called the lightweight sweatshirt AOP. This is going to be our cheapest option, coming in at $14.94. I actually don't have a sample of that one to review for you, but based on the pricing and the description of it, I would assume that this one here is probably the least nice, the lesser quality of the three. But if you wanted to sell one that was sort of a bargain, this could be a great option for you. And before I show you how you'd actually go about creating these sorts of designs, I wanted to give you a closer look at the quality of these two items. This one here on the left is actually the one that is from the Subliminator app, and then this one here is the more expensive option from Printify. When I say more expensive, I just mean it is the one that costs more out of the two that I showed you inside of the Printify app. In terms of quality, both products are quite nice. You can see this one here that the print is very vibrant. It does look like it is knitted, even though that is just in the design. It's not actually knitted on there. This one over here does not have that knit effect on it, but nonetheless, it is still picking up all the colors here quite nicely. In terms of the feel, these sweaters or sweatshirts are decently thick. I wouldn't describe them as thin at all. I also, they're not going to be like a thick wool sweater or something like that. They do have that nice like brushed fleece interior, which is quite nice. The threading around the collar is nice. Sometimes people want to see that when I'm reviewing products. Overall, both options are quite nice. I think the quality is great on them. Like I said, in the past, I have sold these items and I didn't have any quality complaints at all. And I think, really when it comes to choosing between these two, it's going to come down to price. The Printify one is going to actually be quite similar in price to this one. I think it's actually just a couple more dollars than the Subliminator option. The Printify one is one that ships from the USA, and the Subliminator one is going to ship from China. And as always, I like to show you guys the fit. This one, I forget what size this sample actually is. It does feel a little bit large right here. I probably could have got one size down, but again, this does feel like a nice sweatshirt. Like I said, I don't think that your customers are going to view this as a bad product at all. I know sometimes when I talk about ugly Christmas sweaters, some people get a little bit concerned, wondering if customers are going to care that it's actually not knitted or something like that. And like I said, I think people are going to like this because ultimately what you're doing is creating them a one-of-a-kind ugly Christmas sweater that they can wear out and about around Christmas time to different parties or something like that. And it's going to represent a niche that they love and a niche that they want to showcase to their friends and family at their parties. When it comes to designing something like this, it can certainly be a little bit overwhelming, and that's why I typically on my channel do recommend people to hire some sort of a designer. I do have some videos on my channel about that if you are someone who may need to get a designer's help to create something like this. If you are going to make it yourself, you can actually download templates both from Printify and from Subliminator. They have templates available for you. You can see here on Subliminator's website, if I scroll down, there are going to be design templates here. And basically the way that this works is you're going to be creating the design one piece at a time. You'll see here that they have a front side, a back side, the sleeves, and then the inside label option here. Essentially, you're creating 4 different pieces of the design with their templates, and when you upload it, it creates the full product like this. The same thing is true inside of Printify. If I click Start Designing here, you'll see that there are different design pieces, essentially different print files for each part of the design. So if I want something to be just on the back of the design, I would make it on the back part of the template. If I wanted something on the right sleeve or the left sleeve or even on the collar or the waistband, I would be able to do that. Basically what Printify does is the same thing that Subliminator does. They're taking all these different pieces of the design template and they're putting it together to create your product. These products are created using what's called a cut and sew technique, which basically means that these companies are going to print this product separately. They're actually going to print your sleeves. They're going to print your front and your back and your waistband, and then they're going to cut it all up and sew it together to create one garment. And that's why we are creating separate pieces here to overall build our ugly Christmas sweater. And like I said, according to this here, it looks like we are about to enter into this upswing with ugly Christmas sweaters. If I change this to the past 5 years, we'll likely see that each year there is a little blip here. Over the last few years, we have been getting bigger compared to these much bigger back here. That's kind of odd. Typically, you would see it slowly build over time. Nonetheless, this is a really cool way to sell print-on-demand products, and if you're looking for a great thing to try, this could be a good option for you. Down in the comments below, let me know if this is something that you might try, why or why not, if you're not interested. Like I said, for me, I have a separate POD project right now that's kind of taking up the majority of my time, so I am not going to be creating any of these this year, but I think maybe you could, and let me know if you do plan to. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.